O'Carolan's Ramble to Cashel, an old Celtic classic. Thank you, Dnyanesh, for the commission. And I'll begin by playing through the music for you, or at least the first couple of phrases, give you a sense of what the music sounds like. And then we'll go bar by bar, bit by bit, and I'll show you how to learn and play it yourself. To start, though, here is the music itself. Okay, those are your first two phrases. So the piece is fairly straightforward. It's in a simple 3/4 time. So it's got that kind of waltz time quality. And all of the melody, at least the start, is in the right hand. Left hand is accompaniment. And we are in the key of A minor. And given that all of the melodic material is in the right hand, let's start with the left. Let's start with the easy stuff first. Okay, so we begin with a 2 on the A, an expression of A minor, our home key, and then you add the thumb to that A on E. So we have a 2, and while you're holding that down, add the E and then hold the 2 until the end of the bar, after which we then have a 3. So this note is then replaced by a 3 on G, hold that down, again add the E above. There's your second bar. Moving on, the pattern continues, the bottom note drops, or connects rather, from 3 to 4 on F. E repeats, and then finally closing out the phrase, a 5 on E, and now the thumb drops to a C. Those are your first 4 bars. Do your best to connect the bottom notes as I am. And within the context of the rhythm, given that we have a 3/4 per bar, 3 beats per bar, to count it out, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You get the picture. All of them the same. Okay. Now, another small detail about this is that the bottom notes here, the sort of vaguely melodic line, right? It's a very simple line, but it has a melodic character, right? A kind of contrapuntal quality as compared, or I guess in relationship to what the right hand is doing. These should be connected, and the notes above are much more harmonic than they are melodic, right? So these notes down here should be played a wee bit louder than the thumbs above. So this is louder than this, and so too in every bar. And the way that your hand moves as you're playing this should kind of reflect that. So you should kind of have the sense that you are sinking into the first note and then lifting on the second. Now, don't lift so high that you can't play the note. It's just more the movement of your wrist, down, up, like you're breathing, down, up. This makes it very easy to differentiate the volume between these two lines. So a little louder, softer, down, up, breathy, comfortable hand and wrist. So take a few moments, learn the left hand well, and come back for the right hand. The right hand begins with a pickup, right? We have a few notes to lead us into the first full bar. This is where the first full bar is, and these first 3 notes lead us to that opening. And what I'll do is I'll show you the first phrase really in groupings, right? Our first grouping is 1, 2, 3, 4. Couldn't be simpler, right? Next. Our next grouping begins with the same note that you just ended on, but switch to a 3. That's our next grouping. 3, 4, 5, 4, 3. Next, the third grouping will be 2, 3, 4, 2, 1. And the final one, second finger across the thumb, 2, 3, 2. That's your conclusion. So think of those each as their own unit, and then we can contextualize them rhythmically later. There's your first. Switch. Next. And to finish. Great. Learned that pretty well. And let's put them together. Let's see how they align. Together. There's your first alignment. And then the next alignment comes with the switch to 3. Together. One more time. And as you can see, I'm starting to use the pedal, right? Allow it to mix. It'll sound good. Moving on. Together. And then another alignment. Together. Stitch that up. Moving on. Together. Left hand alone. That's a first. And then together. At the end of the final little grouping in the right hand, that's where the hands align. And then the C is on its own. One more time. Like that. Now, if you know this piece, it's going to be quite easy and intuitive to learn this just by following your ear, right? Following the way the melody plays in your head. And I'm just giving you kind of the roadmap to actually, bring it to fruition with your fingers. But I will give it to you once more with all the counting in case you need a little bit of that kind of practical scaffolding. Here it is with the counts. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. And then we move into the next bar. That's much more than just the next bar. It's the whole full phrase. And that we're going to cover in the next part of the tutorial, which will be in my library. So if you'd like to follow along and continue, we'll start to pick up the speed a little bit now. I think I gave you a good deal of kind of how the lay of the land, generally what you can expect. And we can continue forward. I'll see you in just a moment. Part 2. See you in a bit.